Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Today we are going to be taking a look at your guys' chart requests over here from the Discord. We got quite a few loaded up here. We got OKLO, CRM. We got Bull, that is Webull on there. Hut, Shop, PayPal. I see Zeta, Rum, NVTS had a really nice move here today. HBAR, XRP, and XCN all taken off as well. CELH is on here. We're going to be going through this whole entire list here today, guys, and covering your guys' requests. And, yeah, we're going to be taking requests right from the Discord. So before we jump into the charts, for those of you that are new, I just want to cover the trading rules real quick so you guys know exactly what it is that we are looking for here. We are swing traders that focus on a monthly and a daily chart. So we are not day trading here. We are swing trading. This is a buy and hold strategy. Okay, our rules, our strategy is clearly laid out right over here inside the Discord. So it's under the trading rules session over here if you guys are new, but we do focus on that monthly and daily chart. We are 1 to 6 months out on all investments, meaning we are looking to buy and hold for a minimum of 1 to 6 months. Sometimes it might be 3 weeks. Sometimes it might be 7 months, but our typical time frame for a trade is that we are buying and holding for that 1 to 6 month time frame. So we enter and exit positions using our trading indicators. Okay, the green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. So let's just go to a example here. Let's just go to Target, for example. By the way, I bought some Target today. I posted that over here inside of the Overkill trades. You guys can follow all my trades over there, but I added TGT, STLA, Nail, and Snapchat today to the portfolio. Okay, but you can see Target right now has this green dot showing up here on the monthly chart. You can see the last time we got one with the wave all the way down here was back in 2023. Okay, it went from 107 all the way up there to 182. This works with stocks. This works with cryptocurrencies. It works with any tradable asset on TradingView. You can see this thing's called the bottom of Bitcoin. Called it right there in 2015 at around 600. It went all the way up to 20,000. You can see the red dot came right there at around January of 2018. It sold all the way off. Got another green dot right here in April of 2019. The price was 4,000, went up to 68, and you could see the pattern developing here. So rule number 4 is probably the most important rule of them all. We only want to buy assets that have a green dot on the monthly chart, okay? So because we are focused on the 1 to 6 month time frame, we want to hyper focus in on Bitcoin, right? And I don't know why Bitcoin's not on the watch list, but we want to hyper focus in on Bitcoin as long as the dot is green, okay, on the monthly. So whatever's green on the monthly, we want to buy because that's going to tell us that the direction is going up over the next months. Typically off a green dot on the monthly chart, that typically means that the chart is going to go up. The price is going to go up for the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, if you used a weekly chart, that typically means, right, that's going to go up for 1 to 6 weeks. Okay, green dot, 1 to 6 weeks. So we focus on the monthly. The higher the time frame that these signals come on, the more accurate, right? You can get in here to an hourly chart. We do look at the hourly sometimes, but you could see how many dots have came in the last couple of days. There's so many decisions to make, right? Every hour or every couple of hours, you're getting a new signal. Whereas a monthly, these don't come very often. Okay, you can see Bitcoin got one right here in May. That was a couple months ago at 93,000. This one, it got one right here in November at 70,000. It got one here in October at 27,000. So pretty much what the green dot on the monthly chart indicates, guys, is that we're going up for 1 to 6 months. That's the first thing we want to see in the names that we are buying is that green dot there on the monthly chart. Now, can you anticipate the monthly dot? Can you jump into a trade before the monthly dot comes? Of course. Yes, you can. Okay, you're breaking the rules, but it's okay. I did it today on Nail simply because, right, this wave is way down here. The last time, look at every time the wave was down here and gave a green dot, it has always exploded to the upside. Back here in 2019 at 32, it went up to 102. That was a 200% trade. This one came right here in August of, what was that, 2020 at $25, went up to 126. Boom, green dot came right here at 29. Boom, went up to 180. So I could see that the wave is down here. I do think it's going to show up sometime here in July. It might be later in the month, or it might be in August. Okay, I might have to wait longer than 1 to 6 months because I'm anticipating this green dot coming. But as soon as that green dot comes, okay, we are then looking to the smaller time frames like the daily and the 4 hour. So I entered Nail and we're going to get into this Fibonacci tool that we use here in just a second, but our target is always up here in the red zone. Okay, the red zone, okay, that's our sell strategy right here. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So again, rule number 4 is that we only want to buy assets that have a green dot on the monthly chart. After we get the green dot on the monthly chart, we then want to zoom into the daily. We also use a 4-hour chart as well, and then we want to buy the dips on those smaller time frames. So again, just to recap here, okay, we got the monthly dot on target. Okay, that means, hey, we're in the trade. We're looking for a position. I took the position off of that signal right there. That's telling me that, hey, $100 is most likely the bottom. Okay, that's a good chance that 100 is the bottom. So now that I get that, now I can look for chances and opportunities to pull back. So if this pulled back to 90, I would just simply buy more off a green dot, right? I'm in right here at around $100. Now the target is up here in the red zone between 150 and 160. And this is called a Fibonacci retracement tool. So again, the buying strategy is simple. Monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. We also use a 4-hour chart as well. Okay, we get the 4-hour signals over here as well. These are great buying opportunities as well. Treat that just like a daily. Okay, and I actually had that information there in the Discord for you guys. And again, I just like to refresh this with you guys. I know there's new people here. I know there's people that are just showing up. Okay, boom, 4-hour, boom, equals buy. So there's 2 different equations, right? Monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. Monthly green dot plus 4-hour green dot, and again, those are called out. The dailies, the 4 hours, the monthlies are all called out, and I have a whole entire subscription, or a whole entire, not a subscription, but a how-to. This pretty much lays out all of the signals and how they work over here. Okay, gold dot buy, monthly dot buy, weekly buy. So you can see right here, it says buy as long as the monthly is green. We don't want to buy things that are red on the monthly because that means we're trending down. Okay, the green dot tells us that we're trending up. As traders, we want to trade with the trend. Therefore, in order for us to identify whether we're in an uptrend or a downtrend, we use that monthly chart. If the last dot is green, we're trending up. Okay, just like, let's just go look at ETH here. Again, this works with any asset. Okay, green dot means we're trending up. Red dot means we're trending down. Red dot means we're trending down. Green dot means we're trending up. And Ethereum has had a beautiful, beautiful move this month. Very, very nice. Okay, so again, now that Ethereum's green on the monthly, we called that back out in June. We're in the daily and we're on the 4-hour looking for those signals. Okay, we'd be looking for a Ethereum signal here or an Ethereum signal here on Ethereum. Okay, and then when it comes to our sell strategy, we have 2 different selling strategies. Okay, 2 different selling strategies. So again, we're not looking to buy unless the monthly is green. I know I jumped the gun on nail, but I have a plan to hold for probably 3 to 8 months on that if we don't get the dot this month. Okay, it's very, very rare that I will jump in before the monthly dot, but I do it sometimes just to anticipate it. It just means you have to hold longer than the 1 to 6 month period. So if you see that, just know this is a structure of rules, and sometimes they can be broken for certain reasons. So it's best though to stick to it as much as possible. Okay, but once you get a feel for this, you'll start to understand direction and where things will turn. Like I can identify here on that nail project that we added today, right? This one is going to print a green dot very soon on the monthly. Okay, this is the home builders ETF. Rates are supposed to drop here shortly. That's going to help home builders out a lot. It's going to make the cost of living, cost of building a home a lot cheaper, which is going to benefit the stocks. Okay, so I do think that's going to come either in July or August. So I added to it. If it goes down, I'll just add more. Okay, so here's the sell strategy. Okay, so let's just go back to Target as the example. So Target has a green dot on the monthly. We're not waiting, we're adding on this one. Okay, we're looking to add simply because we're down here in the golden zone. Okay, we use these zones to identify placement. So down here in the bottom golden zone is a great spot to be accumulating as long as the monthly dot is green. Okay, beautiful spot because our target's all the way up here in the red zone. So sell strategy number 1 is that we sell on a big red dot inside the red zone on a daily chart. Okay, those alerts are called out right here in the daily alert section whenever you get one of those. Okay, whenever target comes back up here, right, within the next 1 to 6 months, that's my time frame, to 150, 160, that's where I'm going to be looking to take some profits. Okay, we don't so much care about the red dots when we're not up in the red zone because the red zone is your target. Okay, you can see back here in March of 2024, boom, red dot in the red zone at 180, and look what it did. It sold all the way back off. Okay, and now we're finding a bottom here off the monthly. So sell strategy number one is simply just to sell a red dot in the red zone on the Fibonacci. And again, if you guys do not have these indicators, if you do not have the Fibonacci's, the EMAs, the red and green dots, everything that we use here, you guys can download those right now by coming over here to the trading indicator tab. Just click on this link right here. It takes a couple of clicks and all these indicators load directly into your TradingView account. You get my whole entire layout. Your screen's going to look exactly like my screen. And if you have any questions or trouble, just feel free to shoot me an email. My email is right here, but it's super easy to set up. So that's sell strategy number one. Again, a red dot in the red zone, just like Target got back here. Red dot in the red zone, we're taking profits. Okay, so right now, I entered Target today around 104, and my target is all the way up here at 150, 160. I'm buying Target because it has a monthly dot. Okay, that is my entry signal. Okay, and now I can be looking for green dots on the daily or the 4-hour to add to my position. Okay, but I most likely won't add unless it goes down to like 90. So that's a good way to identify a target, right? Target, you need to have a clear target. 150 to 160 is a good first target there for Target. That's cool. That rhymes. It's a good target for Target. Sell strategy number two, we sell when the stochastic RSI on the trading indicator, okay, hits the white dotted line. This one's for a monthly chart. So a monthly chart, we're going from the daily. Sell strategy number one is on the daily. We're using the fib. On the monthly, we're using this light blue line. Okay, when this stochastic RSI, the light blue line, gets up here closer to the white dotted line and touches it like it did right there around 225, or like it did back here in 2024 at around 180, that is sell strategy number two. So you can see that Target's all the way down here at 14. Okay, that white dotted line represents the 100 value. So when that comes back up to 100, we'll be looking to take profits, okay, or take some off the table. Okay, so those are the two selling strategies. Very straightforward. When the stochastic hits the white dotted line, or when the daily, the price gets back up here inside the red zone on the daily, and then we're looking for one of these red dots here. That's the sell strategy. I never like to exceed more than 5% on one trade. So if I was going to buy Target right here like I did this morning, I wouldn't want to put more than 5% of my portfolio into this name. Okay, 5% at a time. Now, if it dips down to 90 and gives me a green dot, a big green dot on the 4-hour or a green dot on the daily, I could look to add another 5%. I just don't want to exceed more than 5% on any one single trade, and that's just a tip. So if you guys want more information on the strategy or anything, if you guys are new, I have a free trading course over here in the Discord you guys can watch. And for more on how to trade those alerts, there's a dots and signals tab here. It literally tells you what to do on each and every one of these signals. We call them all out on the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, the monthly. All the greens, all the reds are all over here. We also call the golden dots out, which I'm sure we'll see some of those today. But again, how to trade the signals right there in the dots and signals section. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into your guys' chart requests. I hope everybody had a great weekend. One quick update. We're only going to be doing chart requests from now on from the Discord. We're not going to take them from the live chat anymore. So you guys have to be in the Discord to put these requests in. We do the request videos every Monday and every Wednesday. And then Friday is the watch list. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to drop a video this Friday. The wife and I are traveling again. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But for now, we're just going to dive into these chart requests. If you guys got those throughout the week, these things open up on Monday. Okay, just drop them here inside the chart request thread here on Discord, and I'm happy to cover your guys' requests. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start up at the top from our boy Sporto here for MODG. I believe this is Top Golf here. This is Top Golf, and you can see the target would be up here in the red zone on this between 14 and 16. This one's on the watch list, so if it's on my green list, if this flag is green up here, that means it's on our watch list. Okay, you can see the dot is green on the monthly, therefore we are watching it. We are looking for pullbacks. We are actively looking to own this one. And I really like Top Golf. To be honest with you, I did Top Golf for the first time about a month ago, and it was a blast. And target on this would be up here between 14 and 16. That would be the first target there for MODG. I really like it. It still has a green dot on the monthly. Looks very bullish. I like this request too from Sporo. Uniswap. We've been talking about Uniswap since like $7 right in here. That one did get the monthly signal here. So altcoins are literally about ready to explode, guys. I mean, they're about ready to absolutely go insane. I'd be looking to sell Uniswap when the stochastic on the monthly gets back up here to the white dotted line, or we come back up here into the red zone between 16 and 18. That'd be my first target. Sitting at 9 right now, so that's a hold. I would just hold that thing till it gets back up here to the red zone, or till we get that stochastic back up there at the white dotted line. Okay, I think a very important thing to understand here, guys, is to have targets. These are just targets. Okay, if we're aiming for something, we need to be aiming for something, right? If we're not aiming for anything, you're never going to succeed. You have to have targets. So the reason I like Uniswap so much is A, it has a monthly green dot, which is the most bullish signal you can get using our strategy, right? And now we're looking for green dots, right? You got a green dot here today. That's showing you that's breaking out. It's not going lower than 8. Target on this is between 16 and 18. So that's our target up here in this area, okay? Target 1 and target 2 when the stochastic gets closer to the white dotted line. So I think it's going to be a huge, huge summer for crypto, guys. We've been talking about that since April, saying the end of the year to Q1. Q4 to Q1 has been our target for the longest time. And it's playing out right in front of our eyes, and it's really cool to see. So Uniswap, solid hold here. I'd be looking for reasons to buy that one. I see one here for YHC. This one looks like a penny stock coming off the floor. This is going to be more of a fundamental play. There's just not a lot of technicals. Look like they had a stock split. So I don't really play stocks that stock split just because it ruins the chart. It ruins the technicals. So I can't really tell you anything about that from a technical perspective. Here's VeChain. VeChain, I don't got any data on the monthly. So if you guys are on, let me see actually if I can go to a different name here. Yeah, so VeChain needs the green dot on the monthly, but the way altcoins are acting right now, that thing should show up here. But that green dot will be the confirmation. Again, we call out all those dots over here inside of the Discord. So we just want that monthly alert to come there for VeChain. Did Polkadot get one yet? Polkadot hasn't had one yet, but this is another one. See how deep the wave is right now? You could be loading up on this right now and staking it on Coinbase for like 7-8%, but I wouldn't do that right now. I have liked Polkadot since $3, between $4 and $3 down here in the bottom golden zone. If you like the project, I don't think it's a bad place to maybe start a small position, but again, you're going to want to wait for that green dot confirmation for absolute surety that we're going back up. But again, you could look at other altcoins like the Total 3. The Total 3 has the green dot here on its monthly chart. And this is all the altcoins put together minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. So when this thing is going up, altcoins are going crazy. Okay. What's Bitcoin dominance doing, by the way? Anybody know? I haven't heard no one talk about it. It's still sitting right there at around 65. So as soon as this thing gives, okay, these alts are going to go absolutely insane. Okay. But I think Dot and VeChain look cheap. They just need their monthly dots, right? If you're looking at their weekly charts, weekly signals are another thing we use here. Okay, you can see, boom, another green dot. You had a double bottom right there, and now it's pushing up. Same thing with Dot. Okay, the weekly dot will come before the monthly. So the monthly is the absolute confirmation, but you can normally get a jump on the monthly if you're looking at a weekly chart. You can see this one came right there at around 4, went up to around 6, pulled back, gave you another one there last week, and yeah, it's just boom, bottoming. So if it was me, I'd probably wait for the breakout and then trade it there. But I think it looks very cheap down here if you like that. All altcoins look very cheap. Still, I mean, even with these moves, APT, same thing. You're going to want to wait for that monthly. The weekly is green, though, so that is telling you that there's a good chance that this could be the bottom here for it. Again, the green dot on the monthly will be the confirmation. We got D-Nut, Krispy Kreme Donuts. What's up? Krispy Kreme Donuts has a green dot on the monthly chart. I don't know about these guys' financials. I don't know if they're going broke or if they're losing market share in the donut sector or what. But their stock has been absolutely annihilated from 15 all the way down to 3. But that green dot's interesting. I mean, if you want to play it, now would be the time to do it if you want to go long on it. But you could see these red E's. This means they're missing their earnings. They're missing their revenue. Okay, that's not a good thing. You want to see these green ones down here. You want to see them growing their profits, growing their revenue. If you just look at their reported revenue right here, you could see, right, they went up, oh, and then they sank. Okay, so, I mean, the monthly looks great. Technically, it looks like a great stock, or a great setup here. So I'd be a buyer of Donut here in July if I wanted to own that one. We got MRK. This was another one I was thinking about adding today. So they have a pretty nice dividend. They have a really nice dividend, actually. I think it's like, what was it, like 4 or 5%? But that has a green dot of the monthly. So I would be buying MRK at these levels. Okay. You want to get in when the monthly shows up. Okay. Doesn't matter what the daily says if we're in this golden zone. If the monthly's showing up, okay, and you're down here in the golden zone, okay, this was pretty much my runner-up list, on my runner-up list for today. Again, I bought Target, STLA, Nail, and Snapchat this morning. I posted that in the Discord for you guys, but MRK was on my list where I wanted to buy too, and I just really like it. Okay, I really like it off the monthly dot, and you also have it also pays a dividend, so I think this looks really, really good for a long here on MRK. We got Algorand. We got the signal from Algorand here. Beautiful signal here. So this is a go, right? Monthly signal equals go. Hopefully, I don't know if you got in right there or not, but I mean, if you got the monthly signal, you need to get in. Okay, if you want to go long here, you could wait for a pullback. I would enter now. If it came back down to 22, I would just buy more. But you got the green dots showing up here. That one is not finished. That one looks like it's about ready to absolutely explode. I really like Algo there. We got Solana. Solana hasn't got the monthly yet, so we're waiting on the monthly there. I believe it did get the weekly a couple weeks ago, so right, it is trending up. It needs to break out over 185 there, but no signal from the monthly yet. Algorand had a monthly. XCN had a monthly earlier today, but it faded away. HBAR also had a monthly, so my first target on Algo would be up here between 45 and 50 cents. That's just right up there in the red zone. That's how we set our targets. Okay, but Algorand looks really, really good here. Okay, looking to add on any and every green dot we get down in these zones, but that thing could just go right up to 45 to 50, just like XLM did here. I mean, that just whoop, okay, all the way up there to 50 cents. You're seeing some profit taken now that we're in that red zone. This red zone is something that not only I use, but a lot of institutional investors use. The Fibonacci tool is one of the most popular tools used among institutional investors. So I don't think 50 cents was a bad spot to take some profits off here in the red zone there. If it pulls back to 35, watch for a bounce off that 9 EMA. The 9 EMA is that orange line on our chart there. We got Atom. Okay, green dot on the monthly, so we're in. Okay, we've been talking about that one all for a long time here, down here at $4. So if you believe in Atom, I think you can stake this one on Coinbase too, but it does have the green monthly here at 450. I think that one looks good above 4. We got DAG. I'm guessing you're talking about the crypto. That one needs the monthly. Open. Real estate stock here. That one's got a green monthly. That one looks good. That looks like a penny stock, though. So I like it off the monthly if you want to play it. Target on that would be anywhere from $2.50 to $3. I don't really trade penny stocks, guys, but I do think real estate's going to do well, and these guys make a decent amount of money. They make about $1 billion a quarter. They're not a huge company, but with real estate, if the rates actually get cut this year, real estate's going to absolutely boom. There's a lot of people on the sidelines just waiting for rates to go down in order to move, because right now things are just too expensive, at least in America. I don't know about you in England or you in Britain or Canada or Mexico, wherever you brothers and sisters are tuning in from, but typically when rates are down, okay, that means the economy booms because it's easier to borrow money. It's not as expensive. If I go buy a $300,000 house and it has a 3 to 4% rate, okay, in conjunction to whether it has a 6 or 7% rate, that's going to be double the interest payment. So lower interest payments on house loans, lower interest rates in general means housing is going to do well, and cars and things like that should also do well because, again, it takes less to buy. It takes less. You get charged less from the bank to buy. So I do think real estate stocks are going to make a comeback. They've been absolutely slaughtered since COVID. We like that, right? We want to see these stocks, right, get hit really hard. You can see XLRE. This is the real estate sector. You can see it's getting the green dot on the monthly. So real estate does look very, very interesting here. I have a few real estate plays here. Nail was my real estate play today that I was talking about. This is the home builders. So if rates get cut, I think home builder companies and things like that are going to do good because more people are going to be buying, more people are going to be looking, so on and so forth. And again, their stock went from 180 all the way down to $40. That's a big dip. I want to buy after a dip like that. I want to buy when this blue wave is down here on the monthly, right? Because we've been hit super hard. And that's the case, like with a lot of these altcoins. Look at Polkadot. Okay, look how deep that is. I mean, that's insane. You can see XRP. Oops. XRP back down here. We called this thing in August at 50 cents. Okay, everyone wants to buy it up here at 3, but we called it at 50. Okay, you should have been buying here in 2023. You should have been buying here right there. I mean, XRP could go to $10. I'm not leaving that out, but XRP is in the red zone right now, so I'd be looking for a red dot to take some off the table. That would be where I would sell 25 to 50% of my position, because again, that's my target. The red zone is my target. We were buying XRP at $2. Okay, now that it's up at 3, well, that's 54%. As a trader, we are happy with that. We are happy with that. Doesn't mean you have to sell the whole thing, because again, it could break through the red zone and keep on going. But right, as a trader, we want to, if you're up 50%, that's a lot. I mean, that's more than the average Joe makes in a year. Okay, most people are happy with 5% a year. You just made 50% in a week. Okay, and that actually, the monthly did show up today. We got the alert over here in the alert section, in the monthly alert section, if you guys want to check that out. That did pop up, but it looks like it faded away from the chart. So it's testing that $3 level. If we can break through $3, I think you could see a $5 to $6 XRP here, probably by the end of August, if we can get through that $3 level. But look at that red dot showing up right here on XRP. So this would probably be where I would sell 10 to 25%, just because, again, you got a red dot. See how it faded away? That's because the price goes up and down. Okay, a dot is not confirmed until the candle closes. So crypto candles close every day at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So every day we get a new candle. So when the candle closes and the dot's there, it can't be taken away. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind. Same thing with the monthly. We get a new candle every month. The reason the monthly chart's the most accurate is because there's the most data. There is the most data in this chart, and that's why the monthly signals are the most accurate. Okay, and like STLA, something I added here today. This is the company that owns Dodge. Okay, and you can see, boom, green dot on the monthly. So I want to be a part of this. I want to be buying down here at these levels. I think STLA pays like a 7% dividend too, which is insane. What else we got? Chainlink. This is my largest position still. I'm still holding a big fat bag of this. There is no green dot yet. We've been playing these weeklies. We called that one right there at 13. It pulled all the way back to 11. I mean, we've been accumulating in this area. So we're waiting for that big breakout now. Again, we get a red dot up here with the stochastic up here on the weekly. That's another way you can look to sell. But right now the target on Link is up here between $26 and $28. Okay, and you can see that stochastic is still way down there. So this one's still a hold. This one is still a hold, but I do think it's going to hit new highs here by the end of 2025. Okay, that's still a solid hold. And next place you could look to add is the monthly. But I don't see this one going back below $12. I mean, it's probably not going to go below 12. I think we're probably going to chop around, or we could just explode here. So next thing that comes will be the monthly alert, and that'll just be a signal to hold for 1 to 6 months. So we held that one for a little longer than our typical time frame, just because what happened in the market. But hey, we're still holding on. A lot of us know what we buy. Hopefully you're buying good quality projects, good quality companies, and then you never really have to worry about the price if it goes against you, because you know it's going to bounce back because you know it's a good quality project. I believe in Chainlink's technology. The blockchain cannot operate without them. So I know they're a solid fundamental play, and that's why it's my biggest position. So when that green monthly comes, guys, it will be called out over here, and that's going to be super bullish. And I think my average cost is right around $15. So it's I'm not up too much on that, but I got a really good feeling about that one breaking out here during this altcoin season. What else we got? If you guys could just keep them to 3 chart requests per person. I see Nate has one for Ski. That's Suzuki. Suzuki must be. That one's tough for me, dude. Unless you're talking about a crypto. You must be talking about the crypto here. Okay, that one's taken off here. So I don't see the data on the daily. So again, if you guys get the indicator, you don't see the data. it's because it's too new of a coin or a stock. You can see it just came out back there in March of 2025. That was only 3 months ago. So there's not going to be any data here on the monthly. There's not going to be any data here on the weekly because it hasn't fed the indicator. So you need to be using a 4-hour here. I would probably take some off here on this one. Ski mask dog. I'd make sure that one holds 8 cents. Definitely put a stop loss there off that dot. But if it breaks 8 cents, it's probably going to come back down here to 0.06. So set your stop loss right there at 0.08. That's what I do at least. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I'm just a guy on YouTube that likes to look at charts. You got virtual here. Just chopping around. Really choppy on this one. I don't know what this thing does. But it has a green dot here on the weekly. So you're going to want to make sure that one holds on to, I'm going to say 135. 135 is that's that bottom area right now. If that breaks, it'll probably come back down to like $1. So not my favorite looking. And again, I don't know what it does. So if it's a fundamental play, that's one thing. Here's Ally Bank. So this one's getting pretty close to the red zone here. You can see we got the green dot on this one last month. That was in June right there around 35. And it's pushing up really strong. This one looks really strong here. Anything under $40 would be a good buy, but it looks like it's going to come up here to 44. Okay, that's the top of the red zone. In the red zone, we're looking for those red dots, and you can see the stochastic is still pointing up. So I think this one has some room to go here. I think that one's going to push up to 42. I'd probably take profit at 44 or even 43 right up there when we get in the red zone. So they got earnings coming up here on Friday too. So that's something to think about. If they miss their earnings, they could tank. So I might trim some on that into earnings this week. Okay, again, when I say trim, that doesn't mean sell the whole thing. You can sell 25%, you could sell 10%. I like to do in increments of 25%. So, right, if I have a $10,000 position and it goes into earnings, if I wanted to sell 25%, right, 25% of 10,000 is 2,500. So I would take the cash off, and then if it dips, I could buy back in, or I could go find another setup. I hope that makes sense. But we're getting close to our price target there. Open, we already covered RVPH. Open does look interesting. I'd wait for a green monthly on this one, but it is down at a very interesting support here. Penny stocks, guys, penny stocks are hard with our strategy, right? It works sometimes, but you want to make sure you're buying good quality companies. Here's NUVB. You need the monthly on that one too. Another penny stock there. Out of those three that you requested, I probably would go with Open Door Technologies. That's got the green monthly right there. It's trading at about 90 cents. So target would be anywhere from 250 to 3. We got Jasmine. Is Jasmine flipped yet? Got a green candle, but no green dot yet on the monthly. So did get a green weekly. So I don't think that one's going below a penny again. So anything you get close to a penny would be good. And just watching for that green monthly on that one. Griffin. Still got a green candle there. Again, can't see it. Got the green weekly, so I would play this one. I don't see that one going below 2 cents. Okay, looking for the 4-hour and the daily on that one. Okay, looks like you're going to get a 4-hour here pretty soon. So I'd watch for that 4-hour green dot. I think that'd be a good place to add if you want to go long. Clearpool. That one's in the red zone. That's the 4-hour, though. Got a ways to go on this one. No green dot yet on the monthly, but it looks like it's trying to reverse here. So I'd wait for the green dot. That's your confirmation. See, we're a little high here on the daily, but I don't see that one going below 8 cents there. Destra. Down there in the red zone or the golden zone. No data on the monthly, so you got to play the weekly, and the weekly came a couple weeks ago. So if you like this one, I like it as long as it holds on to 8 cents, but it looks like a meme coin. Or not a meme coin, but just a very new project. XLM, HBAR, and XRP. Okay, like I said, XLM has gotten into our target zone here, so I'd be looking for a red dot here on the daily. I think that one's going to pull back to 35 and then keep pushing up. So I don't think it was a bad place to be taking profits right there at around 50. But on the next daily dot, watch it. I would probably take some off and then look to add around 35. But that one is absolutely ripping here. So that could do that. That could keep pushing, or like I said, it could sell off to 35. But I think there's a lot of buyers down here probably looking to buy in that area. That would put us right back into the 9-day moving average. Okay, beautiful trade though. I mean, we were talking about this on the weekly since April. Okay, we've been saying 20 cents is very strong support. You can see it bounced, pulled back, bounced. Okay, now we're back up here at 50 cents. That's a great trade. That's from 24 up to 50. That's 100%, guys. If you're up 100% on a position, it's a good strategy to sell half. Because again, if you come here to the calculator, okay, if you go, say you put in $10,000, you made 100%. So what are you doing, right? You multiply that by 2 because that's like you're doubling your money. You made 100%. Now you have $20,000, right? So if I sell 50% of the position, 50% of the position, I would divide it by 2 and I'd be back at 10,000. So I would take my initial investment off the table. I would take the cash and I could let the rest play out. If I think it's going to keep going, I could leave all the profit in there and I could just play with the profit. But the big thing is that I see a lot of people doing that I think is a mistake is not protecting their capital. Like, can this thing keep going? Yes, absolutely. But can it come back down to 30, 35, 25 cents? Yeah, it could. We don't ever truly really know what the market's going to do. I mean, yes, it does have a monthly signal, but again, if something's up 100% and you're not taking some off the table, you kind of got the wrong idea, right? Because we're in our target zone. You're up 100%. You can sell 25%, 50%, whatever the case. But I like the whole rule of protecting the capital and letting the profits ride when I'm up 100%. So just keep that in mind here with XLM. Also, XRP is in the red zone here as well. I don't think this looks like a bad place to be taking some off. Again, we were buying this thing right down here at $2. And it's up here at 3. That's a 50% move. So you can see how it was bouncing on our EMA. That blue line that you see on my screen, that is the 200-day moving average. Okay, think of that as the 6-month moving average. Again, we're 1 to 6 months out on trades, so we always want to know where the average over the last 6 months is, and that's that blue line. When it pulls back into it, normally it bounces. Okay, if it's in an uptrend, so it bounced right there, broke it, but bounced. That's a big level for it. $2 was obviously a very big level for the whales, and they're pushing this thing right back to 3. So again, with that wave way up here, I don't think it's a bad place to take some off, trim some, 25, right? 25% of the position, 50% of the position, whatever you're comfortable with. All right. If you feel like you need to sell something, normally that means you should sell something, right? Sell 25%, take some out because we are in our target zone. Okay, red zone is our target zone. It doesn't mean that it can't keep going up, but as a trader, we got to be disciplined, right, and think about taking some off the table. There's always going to be another trade, right? There's always going to be another trade. So I don't think it's a bad place to take some off XRP. And HBAR is not into the red zone yet, so this is fine, right? We still got some room to push up to 30 to 35. That one had a green dot fire today, but it faded away. So you could see we got one from CRO, we got one from XCN, we got one from XRP. Over here in the monthly alerts, we had one from Algorand, we had one from HBAR yesterday. XLM came on the 11th. That was 3 days ago. So again, we call all these monthly alerts out over here, guys, and those are going to be the most accurate signals for our trading strategy. Okay, so all 3 of those look like they have some continuation. I would personally trim at least 25% of my XRP or XLM just to get some of the cash back in case it does go back down, and then I can add more if I wanted to play the continuation. So I'd be looking for the red dailies on those for an opportunity to take some off the table. Netflix is way too high. I just don't want to buy this up here. I would not go 1 to 6 months out on this. This is too high. This was a great place to go 1 to 6 months out on this green dot back here at 200. That's a 400% move if you guys entered on that back in 2022. So I want to see it collapse like this on the stock again, and then a green dot down here before I buy Netflix. It's just too high for me up here. It's a trader stock right now, not a swing trader stock. That is a day trader stock right now. Okay. ACN looks good. I mean, I'm not saying buy it now, but wait for the green dot. But I like the fact that it's breaking down here. Again, we want to buy after a dramatic pullback to the downside. So if this comes down to like $200, I think that'd be a great spot to buy it. I'd look for this one on the next green daily, or I'm sorry, the next monthly alert there. And again, guys, if you guys are not familiar with the strategy, I do have a free trading course over here in the Discord. It's completely free to watch. That link is pinned in the chat here and also in the description below and also the comment section as well. Ondo. Ondo. So Ondo got the golden dot. We called the golden dot out back here in June. That was at around 80 cents, and now it's up to 90. So you're up about 10%, but we got a long way to go back up here to the red zone. So I'd still be holding this one. Again, I want to sell up here in the red zone between 180 and 2. It doesn't have any data on the monthly, but the candle is green, and the dot here on the weekly is also green as well. So I still like this one for a hold. If it comes down back down to 60 cents, I would just buy more, but our general target on that's going to be 180 to 2. So if you guys see the golden dot, that's just another alert to go long, 1 to 6 months. It's treat the golden dot on the daily like a monthly alert. Okay, it's just a signal that hey, this is a very good chance that it's that this is the bottom. Okay, we got that right there at 80 cents. Yes, it did go down to 60, but if you held through that little dip, you're up 10% right now, and you got a lot of room to go. So again, I lay all that out on how to trade those. You can see the golden dot just means go 1 to 6 months out. Okay, same thing with the alerts here, the monthly, the weekly, and then the daily just says buy as long as the monthly is green, 4-hour buy as long as the monthly is green. The cool thing about these alerts is that the 4-hour and the daily alerts here, okay, these are all obviously the these are all the alerts from my watch list. You guys can set up your own alerts. I got videos on how to do that in the course, but none of the signals coming in here, the daily or the 4-hour, at least most of them aren't going to be giving you the alerts here. Like Oscar was a great one this morning. I called that out, I think, as well. But all of these more than likely have a green dot on the monthly. Okay, the green dot on the monthly is what you want first before the daily and the 4-hour. Okay, we want to make sure that the whale is swimming in our direction. How we do that is we look at the monthly dot. Okay, if the monthly dot is green, and again, I can't see any data here on Ondo, but I would treat a golden dot just like the monthly dot here on the daily. Okay, that daily dot, that daily golden dot is a very accurate 1 to 6 month swing trade as well. Okay, so you got Ethereum here, like I said, as long as the whale is swimming in our direction, we're looking for those pullbacks on the smaller time frames like the 4-hour and the daily. God, crypto looks strong, man. Looks so strong. What else we got? XRP, we already covered. SUI. SUI is pushing up. So this one looks like it's going to come back up here to $5. That's my target. $5 is my target. Big green monthly candle there. Looks good. Look at that weekly signal. Boom. That one printed right there at 3. It's pushing. I think $5 would be a great target for SUI here. It's beautiful. We got HD. Home Depot. That one needs a green monthly here, but it's trying to build a base right there at 360. Marvel. Marvel is not green yet on the monthly, but it had a nice push up there on the monthly. It looks interesting right there at 70. Obviously the monthly dot will be the confirmation that we're moving higher. I don't think this one looks bad here to play on a daily just because we're down here in the bottom zone. Target would be 110 to 120, but you're going to want to wait for that confirmation of the monthly, and the weekly's red. So that one will have to bounce on 70 here. So if you wanted to use a stop loss, if you're in it, I put a stop loss probably at 69 off of that red dot there. Okay, and looking to probably add more on the next green dot. If you don't want to use a stop loss, just keep holding and add on a green dot. But that one also got the monthly, the daily golden dot back down there at 50. It's up about, I don't know, 30, 40% from that. But again, our target's always up here. So would love to see the monthly come on this one as well. Okay, would love to see that one hold on to like $70. I don't see it going lower than 60 though. XLM we covered. LCX. What's going on, my brother? Hope everyone's doing well. LCX also needs the monthly, but that one does look pretty good here. It's turning around. You can see it went down for 7-8 months, just like it did right here, and then it absolutely exploded. So I like this one off this weekly. That pretty much tells us that this down here at 7-8 cents is the bottom. It's sitting at 12 right now, so I don't think it's a bad place to add some. Again, we're in the bottom golden zone, and then look for those pullback opportunities, okay, on the 4-hour and the daily. Rose. Rose needs the monthly, but that thing is way down there. Okay, been absolutely annihilated. I like it over 2 cents. I like it a lot over 2 cents. Okay, watch for the 4-hour, but This one looks good. That one looks like that green dot's going to come here very, very shortly, either in July or August. But that looks really good. That looks really good. Watch the monthly alert section for that one. Okay, that will be called out over there. We got ETH. Ethereum's still green on the monthly, so hopefully you guys were buying as I was releasing videos since May saying, hey, 2,500 bucks, right down here at 2,400 was a solid place to be accumulating some ETH. Now it's blasting off. Target on this is 36 to 4,000. That's going to be the first target there. Just like how it topped back out here in the red zone last time, right there back in December at 4,000. Okay, we're looking for the same thing here. So I think that one has some room to go back there to 4K. After that, we'll just be watching the stochastic. You can see the stochastic RSI is called the top, called it right there in March, and it also called it right here in March back in 2021. That was 4 years ago. This was about a year ago. So again, same thing. Just wait until that gets a little more up there. It's still a solid hold. 36 to 4, though, I would look to take some off. But looks very, very strong. Bitcoin's been great, but I think it's just time to buy some altcoins. I mean, you're sitting pretty far now off of the averages. I'd be taking some off Bitcoin here. I'd probably be selling some. Again, we're up in the red zone here. If you go to here, we're up in the red zone. So on the next red daily, I'd probably sell some. We did break out. It can keep going, but I mean, if you're still holding the bag, I don't know what you're doing. You're looking at some of these altcoins just down at the floor. When money starts rotating out of Bitcoin is when the crazy altcoin moves happen. And I think that could happen here over the next couple of weeks, at least start to really happen. So I don't think the trade right now is Bitcoin. I think it's in altcoins if you guys are trading crypto. But I'm not saying this thing can't go back to up here to 140, 160, but I mean, that's really not that much. That's 20%, 32%, right? Or something like Chainlink. Okay, if Chainlink goes back to the red zone, up to the top, that's 76, almost 80, 90%. That's almost 100%. Ethereum, if Ethereum goes back to its red zone, right, that's around 32%. So something like Near, like look at Near, from $2.50 all the way up there to 8 is 200%. So I think altcoins are the play, guys. I think Bitcoin, it's been a great trade, but at some point, right, you gotta think there's gonna be some profit taken. People don't just want to buy and hold forever, right? There's going to be profit taken just like there was back in 2021. It'll sell off and it'll give it a signal again at the next, right, bottom of the next bear market like it did right there at 17,000. We called that out in 2023. Crazy move. 10x trade there. Yeah, I think it's time to take some profits on Bitcoin and rotate into some alts if you haven't already. The crypto market cap, total crypto market cap. So the total is now breaking out into all-time highs. So we're at all-time highs. We broke out to all-time highs on the total market cap. That means there's more money in crypto than there ever has been before. So we're definitely getting that blow-off top we were looking for. And I'm watching the monthly here. I'm watching the monthly stochastic RSI here come up to 100. I think we're probably going to hit 5 to 6 trillion here. And then I think we're going to go into a bear market again. But I do think there's a lot of room left to go here for the total, especially just now breaking out into all-time highs. So we'll see how this thing reacts, and we're going to be keeping an eye on it. Okay, red dot probably coming here soon, but that doesn't always mean that's going to top out. Okay, that stochastic RSI has a lot of room to go. Green dot here on the monthly. It's looking good, guys. It's looking very, very good. We got BBAI. And by the way, guys, Wednesday, if you guys are watching the replay, you guys can still drop your chart requests over here in the Discord. We're only going to be taking chart requests from Discord from now on. We're not going to be doing live stream chart requests anymore. We are going to be doing these here only from the Discord channel. So if you guys have requests, just get them over here inside the Discord under the chart request thread here. If you can't see the chart request thread, it's probably because you're not a member. You guys can sign up for as little as $4 a month and request some charts, and you get access to all the trade alerts and everything like that. Here's BBAI. Came back down, touched 6. I'm looking for a 4-hour here. It's looking like it's trying to bounce here off of 6, but I would like to buy it down here between 4 and 5. Okay, I told you guys to take some profits up here right around 8, and it's selling off now. Sold off to 6. It's too far off of the 200 for me. We were talking about BBAI back here. I have a video like on April 2nd of saying this looks cheap right here on TikTok at like $3. Went all the way up to 9 for a 200% move. And that was from April to July. So that was about a 3-month trade. I want to see it come back to 4 or 5. I don't want to buy it up here. The current level on that is $6 though. If $6 can hold, it should push back up to like 10. So watching for a green dot there on the daily or the 4-hour. Okay, and that will be called out over there, just using our targets, right? Using our targets. We were in the red zone here, not a bad place to take some off. You're seeing some profit taken now, so watch for either a daily or a 4-hour alert to come through on that one if you're going to buy it. But I was telling you guys to take some off at 8, and we'll see if it can hold 6 here. TRX. Tron, target on that's 40 to 45 cents. Pyth. Pyth's got a ways to go too. I would rather buy Chainlink. Chainlink and Pyth do the same thing, but Chainlink is a lot more secure. This looks like a dead project to me. It's the rug pulled down and to the right. AIOZ. Nice green candle here on the monthly, which probably means we got a green here on the weekly. So I don't see that one going below 20 cents. I would be looking to buy that one here. Target on that would be $1 to $1.20. Swift. Swift, nice breakout here today. No signal there from the monthly yet, but it's got the weekly. So this one shouldn't go below a penny. I like this one here. Shouldn't go below a penny. And I would look for a 4-hour, maybe the 4-hour to pull back a bit, but that one shouldn't go below a penny there. No signal there from the monthly either. So when that monthly dot comes, it'll most likely come up here at like 2 cents. So you'll be a little late. So if you're anticipating this one now, you want to use a smaller time frame and then wait for a pullback on either the hourly or the 4-hour. Okay, look for the 4-hour or the daily alert on that one. We got Atom. We covered that. DGen. DGen is pushing up here. No data on the monthly. Weekly's green, so yeah, I like this one. Looks like it reversed right there off of 2.5. Target on that would be up there. You can't see it on the daily, so we're using the 4-hour. Right in there at 6 cents. I don't know. Is that a quality project there? Like, what do they do? Snap. I bought Snap today. See the daily green dot there? It's also got the monthly showing. So I still believe in Snapchat. I sold it, I think, at around $8.50. Now I just re-entered at $9.53. We got a green dot here. That thing's looking to push up here. I really like Snapchat. I bought that one today. So target on that's anywhere from 14 to 16. Neo. Neo. Really breaking out here. But this one's had a really, really tough time at that 6-month moving average. So it's got a green on the monthly. They're a Chinese car maker. They're not really making that much money. So you got to think about, you got to take those things into consideration. But target would be up there at 7. Yeah, it's got the green monthly. So if you want to play it, if you believe in the company, I mean, it's interesting that it's bottoming right down here, back where it did in 2020. Boom, it absolutely ripped to 65, pulled all the way back here to 4. So you just got to question the company on that one, if they're legit or not. Netflix, we covered TTD, the trade desk. The trade desk. That one's not green on the monthly yet. But it is hanging out right here at 75. I like that one down here at 70 when it got that signal. But watch for that one to break out. I think it's very undervalued right now. 120 to 140 be the level I'm watching for on that. I think that's a hold. And, yeah, I mean, if you're in it. But it doesn't have the green monthly yet. So look for that. AMPX. Ripping. Okay, red dot in the red zone. I'm taking profits up here. Solid breakout there, man. Stochastics up there at the monthly. So, yeah, I'd be trimming some here. I'd be definitely selling some. 50%, 25%. You're seeing that separation there off the 200. So, let me just hide the Fibonacci real quick. So, you can see our moving average. This is the 6-month moving average, right? So, if you take this and you use a tool, you can see we're 60% off the monthly moving, the 6-month moving average. when you get up to that range, that's typically a good place to take some off. So I would be selling probably, if it was me, I'd probably sell 75% of this position, 75. But that's being off of technicals. So if this is a, I think Frank called this one out a while ago. But if this is a fundamental play for you, if you're investing it on fundamentals, it looks very interesting. It's really breaking out, but I would definitely be trimming some here in the red zone. It's in that price discovery phase. We're just too far off that monthly average. This was a great time to buy right down here at 250 into the 6-month moving average. That normally acts as support. So it had its move. Time to take some off there. Solana we covered. We got Pepe. Pepe's got a red here on the monthly, so decision time here. No green on the monthly yet, and the weekly's pushing up here. So you're going to want to make sure Pepe holds on to 0.00001, and it does have a red dot here today. So you could take some off here if you want to, or you could just let it ride. Targets up there at whatever that number is. Link we covered, TEM. This is Tempest AI. That one's got a green dot there on the daily. You can see it's right there into that 6-month moving average. So this is a good AI play in my opinion. It's red there on the monthly, but it's trying to find a base here at around 56. So the confirmation will be the green dot there on the weekly. You're going to want to make sure that one holds on to that low right there, probably around 52. Make sure it holds that 6-month moving average there. PENGU. You guys in your meme coins, man. I would sell this one on a daily dot. I would sell some on this right now. It's had a very nice run. I would take some off. Okay, sell 25, 50%. AG. And again, guys, this is just what I would do. Doesn't mean you have to do it. I'm just looking at the chart. I know what I'm looking for. So again, this one's up here in the red zone as well. So I would be looking for that red daily. Okay, very overbought right now. Okay, nice move up. Doesn't mean it has to stop here, but what is this? Silver Corporation. So this has to do with silver. If you want, set a stop loss at 8 if you want to play the continuation. But I would be trimming some on the next red dot here from the daily. AIXBT. Got time for a few more here again, guys. You guys can get these in throughout the week. Monday and Wednesday are going to be our chart request days of covering chart requests. This one does have a weekly dot here, so if you want to enter this one, I think this one looks good. No data on the monthly, but that weekly signal is coming here this week, so I like that one. SPA. SPA. Looking for the weekly on that one. Probably no data on the monthly yet. Yeah, looking for the weekly on that one. Okay, I don't think that one's going lower than a penny. Looks good. Double bottom, boom, boom. Watch for that move higher. Okay, again, if you don't have data on the monthly, you got to use the weekly. Okay, because that's the second biggest time frame that we look at here. The bigger the time frame, the more accurate. RKLB, Rocket Lab Corporation, ripping. Absolutely ripping here. So price discovery mode here. This thing's way off its average. I'd be selling some. I'd be selling at least 50%. But it's in a price discovery range right now. So your best bet's probably going to be the weekly dot on this one. Watch for the weekly on this one. I'd put a stop loss at 38 just to protect my gains in case it does go the other way. But I think it looks like a great place to take some off the table. This company doesn't even really make money yet. So, yeah, that thing's pushing up. Looks very strong. But again, your time to buy was down here at 18. It's up to 43 now. As a trader, we want to be taking our profits when we hit our targets. We got CRM. Again, guys, you guys can get these requests in here. The chart request threads are open, so we'll be live again on Wednesday here covering more names. CRM needs the green monthly. CRM needs the green monthly. XRP, we covered Riz. Riz doing pretty well today, bouncing back a little bit. Good start to the week here. I like how the weekly chart's kind of curling now. I did get the daily dot back down here at around 3 cents. It's up a little bit from there, but it's building a nice base right here. So we might go sideways for a while, or we might get a big fat candle like we did back here in May. Again, this is only like a $3 million market cap play, so this one has the 10 to 100x potential. I think we're very early on the project, so I still like this one for a hold. Still like it for a hold. XPR. The XPR network. Green dot on the monthly, so, right, you could be playing that. What's the daily saying? Okay, I'd probably take some off around 6 to 7 cents there. It's got a red dot here on the daily, so you want to use a stop loss probably at around 0.0039. Okay, red dot, you can either take some profits or set a stop loss. Where you want to set a stop loss is at the previous low, just below the previous low. So the previous low right here, let me just hide this, is right here at 0.041. So that red dot saying, hey, this is a potential top. So the smart thing to do is set a stop loss just a little bit below the whole number here. Okay, so like 0.0038 would be a good stop loss because, again, you got a red dot, which is a potential short-term reversal signal. It could keep going or it could, you know, break down. If it breaks down, I want to protect my capital because, again, we should have been buying down here. Okay, we should have been buying down here in this area. So you should be up, and if it breaks down and goes back the other way, you're going to sell, take your profits, and then you could buy it when it bottoms out again. But it looks strong. That daily candle looks very strong, and it's got the monthly signal there. Weekly's pushing up too. Toshi. Uh-oh, my dog's going crazy. Okay, this one's just pretty sideways. Not a lot going on that one. IMX. Okay, the ones with the monthly dots, guys, are the ones you want to focus on. Okay, IMX is one that should get one here pretty soon. I like the fact that it's down here at support right there around 35 cents. Boom, bounced right on it. Boom, bounced right on it. Looks good. Just watch for the green monthly, but I think this was a great range to be buying just because, again, it was previous support where we bounced last time. This is where the buyers stepped in last time and shot it back to the moon. Okay, we're in that same range. If you bought it at 50 cents here and sold it up here at 4, you made a good profit. So I like that one if you know what you're buying. SHIB. One sec. SHIB needs the green monthly as well, but I think it's going to come here probably July, August. You'll probably see that show up here, pop up here very, very soon. Okay, that wave is way down here at the moment. NVIDIA, monthly's just trucking still, just price discovery phase here. What's the stochastic say on this one? Okay, you can see how it's just ripping, dude. It's just ripping. It's just melting up right now. Okay, but I'd probably take some. I'd take some off here, 25, 50%. I'd be selling some. One second, I gotta yell at my dog. Yeah, so NVIDIA, I'd take some off up here, just with where the weekly's at, or you can wait for the weekly signal, but eventually that thing's going to go back the other way. So if you entered on this weekly signal back in April, you could see that came at $100. You're up 60% off that signal. 60%, 65%, 66%. Okay, beautiful move there off the weekly dot there on NVIDIA. And I just think it's time to take profits. This is a great day trading stock, but for our strategy where we're 1 to 6 months out, it's just trading at too much of a premium now. And again, that monthly dot came back in what, May? Yeah. Well, it came in June at around 136. Really nice move there. All right, I got time for a couple more in the video. We covered Tesla. And again, if you guys got requests for Wednesday's video, just drop them. Just drop them in the Discord. Tesla's trying to build a base right here at 280. As long as 280 holds, I'd be targeting 440 to 480. I just don't like that Elon's getting involved in politics. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to play it. It's got a red dot on the monthly too, so I'd be careful on that one. I do not like the fact that he's getting political now. I don't think that's going to suit his companies very well, but hey, it is what it is. QNT's got some room to go. This would be a hold here. Looking to buy on the 4-hour and the daily's back to 160. And Solana we already covered. And that's going to be it for today, guys. So we just left off right here at Captain 5830. So we will be covering more of these requests from Wednesday. So make sure you guys get them in. And I will be taking those directly from this chart request thread over here. So if you guys have not joined, that link is in the description of this video and pinned down in the comments section. Again, you guys can get the indicator and everything that we used here today by clicking on this link. If you guys are not a member of the Discord yet, you will need to be one in order to request charts here. That's as little as $4 a month over here inside the Discord. Again, you guys can drop chart requests. You guys get all the trade alerts, the weekly watch list. If you guys missed the watch list on, that was on Friday. You guys can go watch that. That's over here. We went over our green list. The green list is all the names that we are looking to buy in the coming weeks, or in the coming week. We do that every Friday. These are all the stocks and cryptocurrencies we're watching this week here. All of these have green dots on their monthly charts. You guys can go review that video right over there on Friday. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. If you guys need me, feel free to drop a comment. I read every single comment. If you guys got questions about the Discord or anything like that, I'm happy to help. Please beware of scammers, guys. I will never DM you or add you as a friend first. There's a lot of people trying to interpret me right now, so never accept a friend request from me. Never accept a message from me. I will never send that out first. Make sure that you message. If you message me first or add me as a friend, I will add you back. But I will never go out of my way to send you a friend request or message you. It's nothing personal. It's just a security measure that I try to let our community know, because there's a lot of that going on. And just no real influencer will ever DM you asking for money. Just know that. Just do not listen to anybody. Like, anybody who has a significant following on social media, they will not reach out to you in the DMs and ask you for money or crypto. Not 9.5 times out of 10. I'm speaking for myself, I guess, but just if someone looks like somebody and they're acting weird, they're probably a scammer. So just read the rules over here, guys. Those are all there. If you guys need any questions, like I said, my email's right here under the server rules. Just feel free to shoot me an email or drop a comment down in this video if you guys have any questions. Let me know what you're looking at. Drop your watch lists. God bless you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday. Make sure you get your chart requests for then over here in the Discord. We're going to pick up right here on Captain 5830, and we'll just continue to knock this list out over here inside the Discord. God bless you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.